Yeah, good morning to all of you. This is the second video on capacity to file tort. So, number one, already capacity, personal capacity, then second is corporation, and third one is class action suits we have discussed. Now we are going to discuss the fourth one. Fourth one is suit by alien enemies. Please remember, alien enemies. First of all, you should know who are aliens. Don't be under the impression aliens and Grahantara Savan. So aliens are nationals of foreign countries, nationals of the countries outside India, like Germany, Japan, Karachi, Pakistan, like that. Particularly, these people are aliens. There are alien friends and alien enemies also. Alien friends which are having good rapport with India. Alien enemies which do not have any rapport with India. So who will decide? The government of India will be declaring year by year that so and so persons are having good relations, some extradition treaty, all these things will there. When CPC comes, you will be learning more about that. So now we are concerned with only alien enemies. So normally alien enemies definitely they cannot file any case in our view. But the law says, tort law says that alien enemies can file the tort case provided they get permission from the Union of India. So this is most important aspect of aliens. So please remember, basically alien enemies cannot file a case of tort. But if they want to file a case, definitely they have to take permission or from the Union of India. So in this connection, the case law Abdul Qadir versus Fitchcap, FITZKAPP, 1916. Actually, Abdul Qadir, this happened in Dhaka. At the time, it was in India. So Abdul Qadir was a tailor, whereas Fitchcap, he was a photographer. So this photographer gave his clothes for stitching, and this photographer has taken photos of a function of Abdul Qadir. So monetary dispute has come. Ultimately, Abdul Qadir actually assaulted the so-called Fitchcap, a German national. But what happened is during the year 1914 or so, Germany declared war against other countries. Germany is declared as alien country, alien enemy. Now, since Mr. Fitchcap belongs to alien enemy country, can he file a case or not? So clearly the court stated that if Union of India gives permission, definitely Fitchcap can file a case against Abdul Qadir. Actually, yes, he filed a case and he was succeeded. His damage was recouped, that is, damage was already recouped with unliquidated damages. Anyway, it's accepted. So, alien enemies can file tort case. Now, the most important topic, that is minors. Can the minors file a tort case? Please remember, in the IF tort law particularly, we do not differentiate between minor, major, or whether he has got mens rea, bad intention, what is motive, all these things are not at all necessary. I have given the example of the boy aged about 7 years, so actually thrashing his younger sister 4 years and putting her head in the so-called boiling water. Yes, it's definitely a tort and a case can be filed against him. Likewise, a minor also can file a tort case. But the thing is, they have to file it through their guardian or next friend. In this connection, it is better to know whether cases can be filed against minors or not. So, tort case can be filed against minors or not. So, minor definitely you can take him to task. So, in the case of the very famous case, Meher Bibi versus Damodar Ghosh. In my notes, it was by mistake noted as Damodar Das. Please correct it as Damodar Ghosh. This happened in 1903. So, Damodar Ghosh was a minor at the time of taking loan of rupees 20,000 from Brahmadat. Of course, Brahmadat died and Meher Bibi, his legal head, she filed the case. So, here the clear example is that minors cannot be made a party. A civil case cannot be filed against the minors. So, even though the contract is there, you have to go against the guardian, not against the minor. So, the contract between the so-called Damodar Ghosh and Brahmadat is void. Very clear. It is according to Contract Act. You can say it as a civil case. Likewise, a minor can file a case of tort. the very famous case law. McKay, MCKY, McKay versus Essex Area Hospital Authority, 1982. So this McKay, he was actually born to a mother naturally, and after he was born with a congenital deformity, physical disability is there, and after getting some age, 12 or 13 years age, he came to know that due to the administration of useless drugs to his mother, he has developed this genetic congenital deformity. So the doctors were negligent. Of course, the mother was not affected, but still this boy was affected. He filed a case, and the UK court accepted N. Ventry Ra manner. I think this may be some Latin maxim. It is allowed. So minor can file a case. So this is regarded. So as far as IPC is concerned, please remember there are two sections, 82 and 83. So section 82 says whatever action, whatever crime supposed to be committed by a person aged below 7 years, section 82, it is not at all offense. And you cannot charge him. He will come under general acceptance. In section 83, it says that a person aged between 7 and 12 years. So it is not offense if he did not have the level of or sufficient maturity of understanding. So this is what is called suits by minors. Then last one, convicts. Whether convicts can fail? Definitely. What is the problem there? A convict is a person who is convicted in a case and being lodged in jail or maybe outside also. So only fundamental right he loses is right to movement. So he cannot move outside as he likes. Suppose if he is in jail, just like a prisoner or remand prisoner, he cannot move outside, but he can file a case. We have seen number of cases where the inmates of the jail, they studied, they appeared for the examination, they learnt so many avocations, they learnt carpet weaving, so many things are there. Some of the, you might have seen in even Mongol also, some of the convicts, they are running a patrol bunk. So convicts, and the only thing is restriction of the movement will be there, that's all. So some convicts, they file appeal through jail superintendent. Here, there is one famous case I will tell you. That is DBM Patnaik versus State of AP, 1974. So the right to file a case is definitely covered under a fundamental right as per Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Of course, this case is different. DBM Patnaik, he filed a case before the court requesting for euthanasia. Euthanasia means mercy killing. Instead of being in jail for years together without getting any bail, and since health condition is deteriorating, it is better to die, he said. But of course, in certain cases, the court agreed, certain cases, the court did not agree. Ultimately, in that Schonbach case, ultimately, the physician-assisted suicide was accepted by the Supreme Court. That is a famous case. Let us come to that in a later stage, not now. Aruna Schonbach case, very popular case as regards to euthanasia. Right? So as far as Patnaik is concerned, Patnaik was an Naxalite. He was kept in Visakhapatnam jail in a separate jail, in a separate cell. So he was deprived when solitary confinement. No doubt the punishment may be there, but normally they feel that the person is deprived of his life. So therefore, please remember here the court, he took it on file, but of course he did not agree, that's why I tell you. So he cannot die. At the same time, solitary confinement is not equal to death. So the state has to protect the life and liberty of each and every citizen except as per the procedure established by law. Another case, Kishore Singh versus State of Rajasthan, 1981. In this case, he is a prisoner. Kishore Singh, he was a prisoner in Rajasthan jail. He filed a case of tort against the jail authorities for using third degree, and definitely it is a violation of fundamental right to, that is right to life. State was held to pay, liable to pay compensation. So friends, now with this I want to conclude. So the capacity regarding the filing of tort case laws rests with, so number one, the so-called personal capacity, then company, then alien enemies, then corporation, company, corporation, both of them are same, And today we discussed about the minors, convicts, and the so-called alien enemies also. Right. So with this, I will stop. Thank you very much.